Hello, good morning. If you're new here, my name is Katherine. I'm currently a first-year PhD student studying history at The Ohio State University, and I'm so confused. It is snowing outside, and it is April 21st. I just arrived at school. I have my second vaccine appointment today, and I spent my morning getting snow off my car because it snowed overnight. And Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore, and Kansas is Texas. We are not in Texas anymore. I cannot believe that it's snowing right now. Wow, I don't even know what to do with this information really, but I need to boogie real quick because my vaccine appointment is in 10 minutes. So I need to put my mask on, go inside. Hopefully I don't have to, last time I stood outside for about 20 minutes before I went into the facility. Hopefully the line is not that long this time since I am here a bit earlier. It is snowing again, so hopefully I'm not outside, but I will let you guys know how it goes. Got to get my second jab, and yeah, let's get into the day. Okay, so I'm back home. It is just past 9. This appointment went way faster than my first vaccine appointment. Feel okay right now. I'm a little nervous because a lot of my friends, after they got the second one, they felt horrible, but it was usually 13 hours after they got the shot. So I do have class, my very last class of this semester at 5 p.m. today, and I'm just hoping I don't have any side effects hit in before then. But also another thing I'm dealing with is our Wi-Fi has been going out and has actually not even been on for the last 2 days. And we keep calling and they keep coming out, and I haven't really been here whenever they've been trying to fix the Wi-Fi, so I don't really know what they've been doing and why it hasn't been working. But somebody should be coming over today between 10 and 11 to fix it, and I really hope they do. I had to do class the other day at my friend Sydney's place, and I might have to do class again today at someone else's apartment, which is really, really frustrating and just adds a whole nother level of stress that, to be honest, I just really, really don't need. But yeah, so like I said, this is my very last day of class, and the semester is almost over. I have one paper due this Friday, another paper due next Friday, and then my last paper is due the week after that. So fortunately, they're all really spread out, and the 2 papers that are due first, I've already put in a lot of work on them, so I am not stressed out to the extent that I usually might be because I've already gotten so much done. But yeah, one thing that I think is really funny that people have been doing after their shots, I've seen it a lot on TikTok and Instagram, is they do their arm in these crazy little windmills. That way their arm doesn't get sore. I might have to do that. I was not doing that at the vaccine station, but I was doing this because since I was very young, my mom always told me, usually after I get a flu shot, that I should be working the vaccine into my blood system, my bloodstream, by doing this and moving my arm. And I don't know if there's any science behind that, but might as well try it, right? Anything to make the arm not sore. So I'm gonna do some windmills around the house. I think I'm gonna make myself a hot chocolate because it is 30 something degrees outside and snowing. And is it late April, almost May? Yes. So am I disturbed by the fact that there is snow? Also yes, but I guess I'm just gonna lean into it and have myself a cozy little last day of spring semester. Okay, it is a new day. Not even sure if this camera is straight, but that's just a representation of my life right now. It is the next day. Yesterday, I got the vaccine and then proceeded to pretty much do nothing all day. Not that I had a real good excuse, because at the time I wasn't feeling any side effects. I was feeling kind of groggy, but I'm not actually sure if it was the vaccine or just me being tired. But then in the evening, I had my last class. It went pretty well, actually. We were reading this book, Ghost of the Tsunami, which was a really difficult read in terms of just like the material was really heavy, but it was interesting and I thought we had good discussion. And I wasn't sure how much I was going to be able to contribute to the conversation since I was feeling a little down, but I was still able to participate in the conversation and speak up. So that was great. And classwork wise, I am officially done with my first year as a PhD student, which is wild, but I'm not quite done because I still have 3 essays to turn in, one of which is due tomorrow. And let me tell you, today has been a struggle. It has been a real struggle. So last night I started feeling bad, like right before I went to bed. I started having like body aches all over, kind of feeling hot and cold, and I did not get that much sleep. I kept waking up in the middle of the night, and then I woke up at 6 a.m., stayed up for a little while, then went back to sleep. And since then, I really have not done much today. I've gotten a little work done here and there on my essay, but it wasn't until about an hour or 2 ago that I finally started feeling a little bit more like myself, but my brain is still kind of in a brain funk. So I think the side effects of the vaccine have now worn off in my body, but I think I'm just so burnt out from this entire year. I mean, let's be honest, the fact that any of us are even getting any work done in a global health crisis is an achievement in and of itself. I think I have to keep reminding myself, see, I'm getting hot again, but anyway, I have to keep reminding myself that and reminding people in my cohort, like, what we are doing is not easy and we should be proud of the work that we've gotten accomplished. At the same time, it can be very disappointing and I guess more the word is like disheartening to feel in this continual state really of burnout. I think I felt this way off and on last semester, but this is on a whole new level of like, never in my life have I been so unmotivated to do school, which is kind of really scary because even when I'm feeling burnt out, I still am like getting all my work done, tired and kind of over it, but still into the work that I'm doing. And for the first time these last few weeks, I've just been feeling really out of it, zero motivation, just feeling really done. And that's not great. I like what I do, and so to have these feelings just kind of really sucks, to be completely honest. And I'm almost done with the semester. I just have these 3 papers, and if I would just put my mind to it, I could get them done. There's just this mental block I just can't seem to get rid of. With that being said, I need to finish at least one of the papers by tomorrow. Tomorrow is an early deadline and you get a small grade bonus if you turn it in on Friday instead of Sunday. So I'm hoping with the corrections I made to my first conference draft, in addition to all the new material I've added, and as well as I'm turning it in to the early deadline, I'm hoping that I'll still be able to get an A. I'm not really concerned about it or stressed about grades really when you get to the level of PhD. Yeah, I'm just not too stressed about it. It's just a matter of getting it done. I have a meeting with my advisor at 4:30, which I think is about in an hour. Just kidding. It's in about 40 minutes, and we're gonna just go over summer plans and what I'm gonna be working on and researching, and classes for the fall, what class I'm gonna TA for. I have to fill in a preference sheet by April 30th. So I wanna go ahead and figure out what classes I'm taking in the fall so that I can plan my schedule with what classes I can put down to potentially be a grader for or a discussion leader for. I still don't really know how that works, but we will find out together. But I just wanted to hop on for a bit of a quick update since yesterday it just kind of really went off the rails, and I'm not sure how much I will film the rest of today. But tomorrow I'm hopefully maybe gonna be going over to my friend Justin's house to just do my paper all day. Hopefully he will also have recovered from the vaccine. He got his second shot yesterday and he's been having headaches all day today. So hopefully we'll be good to go tomorrow, finish our papers, turn them in, maybe go out for like a celebratory drink to celebrate the end of our classes. But yeah, my plan for the rest of the day is meeting and finish. There's one section I need to finish on the historiography of my paper. And so my goal is to finish that today, to leave up just one section for me to finish all day tomorrow, so I should get it done. I should get it done. I should get it done. It's just a matter of getting it done. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now and I'll check back in later. Bye. Hello, good morning. It is another day. It is now Saturday. I don't think I filmed anything the past few days because it's been a trip, you guys. I got the second vaccine. I was down for the count. Friday, yesterday, I had one of my final papers due and I was super stressed about it. And so I was just concentrating on finishing that. But I thought I would show you guys what I'm doing today on Saturday. It is currently 9:30. I have been in bed on TikTok for an hour, almost an hour and a half. But this is a mess. This is a mess. I need to wash my sheets today. So we are just gonna get ready for the day and try to stop looking like a garbage can. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm slightly more put together. I just feel like sometimes you have those days where you're like, you know what, I need to be a human today. And after this week, that's kind of how I felt. I will say I'm very disappointed in Ohio right now for many reasons, but one of these is the weather. It snowed a few days ago when I got my vaccine, and now it's like 55, and we are rounding the corner to May. Next weekend it will be May, and I feel like I don't have any clothes for 55-degree spring weather because for me that is not spring. Spring is like 76 degrees, low 80s, you know, this kind of spring warm weather that I'm used to in Texas, even though like I haven't lived there in a long time. That's still what my body has just naturally become accustomed to. So a little sad about that. I just wanted to be warm weather right now. I feel like that would help boost my mood a little, but this is what we're working with, so that's what we're doing. We're pivoting right now. So someone on my last video commented asking if I could talk a little bit about how I take notes, and since this week was my last week of class, and in the summer, I won't be doing the same type of classes since I'm taking a German class and an independent study. So I thought I would take this moment to talk a little bit about how I usually take notes and prepare for class. I think I've talked about this before in one of my other videos. I don't really talk about it too much because I feel like I don't have good note-taking techniques. I feel like I take too many notes, and sometimes I feel like it slows me down. I don't know if my notes are actually helpful in class, but basically whenever I start taking notes, I take 3 types of notes. Okay, so the first section of notes that I take are things that help remind me about what the author's argument is. So if I'm reading through and I see, oh, this is the argument that the author is making, or then a few pages later, this is supporting evidence towards the argument the author is making, I make sure to note that down. That way when I'm going back through, I can kind of track where the argument holds up and maybe where the argument doesn't hold up so much. The second type of notes that I take are things that I think are crucial to the story or to the history. So this might not necessarily have to do with the argument itself, but maybe it's key dates, key events, key people that I think are important, or people or events that I have considered important. I think I always take notes about those as well, just so that when I'm going back through, I can have reference points to the different things in the story or the monograph and be like, okay, yes, these were important moments in the book, even though they might not contribute to the argument that is being made. I think for me, that is just helpful little key points to note out. And then the third type of note that I take is things that I think will be useful to bring up in class discussion. So this is going to be specific to the type of class you're taking. For example, this semester I was taking a class called Surviving Catastrophe, and we had several big themes throughout the semester, some of which were hierarchies of suffering, hierarchy of victimhood, And if I ever saw an author kind of bring in that theme into their work, or if I noted somewhere of, okay, the author isn't making this explicit, but it's clear that's what's happening here, I would write it down in the notes because I assumed that it would get brought up in class by someone else, or I would be able to bring that up as a talking point in class. Another thing we talked a lot about was gender. So if I noticed any dimensions of gender that were happening, I made sure to note that down. And just any other major themes that we were tracking throughout the semester, I would make sure to take a note of that because it's important to actually be able to discuss things in seminar. So that is just very quickly my top 3 type of notes. I hope that even made sense. So things that contribute to the argument, things that I think are just major important events, facts, people, etc. And then 3, taking notes of things that I think relate to the thematic of the course. I could show you guys some of my notes. If you want, I can just flip through some pages to show you what that looks like. I don't know how interesting that would be. You can kind of see how chaotic it is. I take handwritten notes. For me personally, that is the only way I can take notes. Other people like having an iPad or a laptop. I always have handwritten notes to go along with anything that I'm reading. It's just the way that I retain information the best. And I talked about this recently with someone in my cohort, but I really love these Moleskine, I think they're like XXL notebooks. They are just very large and the lines are really long, which just means I can write a lot more information, which I appreciate. And this is actually a notebook from my master's program, but this class was super useful and important, and I find myself referencing these notes a lot. But with that being said, it is now 10:30. I have laundry going, and I need to start getting to work. I have 2 final papers left to do, and 1 I have not started at all. I know what I'm doing, kind of. I'm writing about 2 books that I think are gonna help me with my research. This is for my historiography class, and our professor was super chill and just kind of let us do whatever for the final paper that we thought would be useful to us. So I'm writing about 2 books, Labor of Loss by Joy DeMussy, and then Sites of Memory, Sites of Mourning by Jay Winter, and they both are about the end of World War I, but they deal with it in different ways, and they're dealing with different countries. So I'm just gonna talk about how both of these works can inform my research moving forward. But I've read both of these books, but it's been a while. So today my goal is to start reading Sites of Memory, Sites of Mourning, and just kind of figure out what direction I'm really gonna take this paper. It only has to be 8 pages long, which is great, very short, a minimum of 8 pages, but I do need to get started on that. So that is my goal for this Saturday. A, be a human, we've tried that. B, do lots of things around the house, got that with the laundry going. And C, or 1, 2, 3, get to work. So let's do number 3. All right, it's the end of the day. As you can see, Panta Road. I am now driving Panta Road. Oh. I am now driving home. Pan back to me. I just got done spending the last few hours writing at Justin's place. I'm here with Sydney. She's filming me. Love that for us. This is the end of the vlog. Okay, we are stopped at a red light now. This is safer. So that is it for today's video. Little chaotic. I say this, I don't know if it was actually chaotic, but this was another few days in my life. And that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Also, 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for building our little grad school community as always. And don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if there's anything else you want to see from me. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.